Is home a feeling or a place? That's what we're talking about today.
Hey, we just got back from our trip to Fort Myers, Florida, and we were going to our lead couples gathering in the network that we're part of. And we just want to drop in some footage from our trip today and let you know what it was like.
Good morning from the Norfolk International Airport. We are headed to our annual conference in Fort Myers, Lead Couple Gathering for the Next Level Relational Network. And we thought we would just turn our trip into our Thursday video. So come along with us, and here we go.
We're here.
Well, hey, we made it to Fort Myers. We found this little RV on Airbnb, and that's where we're staying on our trip. So we wanted to bring you inside.
Yeah, and it had great reviews, and it should. It's really great. It's really cute.
Yeah, so let's hop inside and just go check it out. Just a little.
Super cute. Here's the queen bed that folds down on top of the couch here. But yeah, it's super cute. And that was one of the things the review said was one of the most comfortable beds that someone had ever slept in. And I was like, how can that be? But I think it's like a memory foam situation. So I know my sister's done this before. She and her husband have done this, I think, at Yellowstone maybe or something. But if you're looking at Airbnbs, just give it a try. Like, it's a fun little
and we got a little bathroom.
Adventurous way to
just a little bathroom, enough to.
So you get the RV experience, and you don't have to do the maintenance of an RV.
We're heading to dinner. We're going to go meet some friends for some Top Golf fun, and maybe we'll check in from there. And that's boy. Hey, good morning.
How are you guys today?
Doing great.
So great.
Good morning.
The land.
I started clapping down here. You all were just talking to each other. It's the best.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Being a little square on Zoom, we're like, they're in person. How many of you are like, they're taller than I thought? Or,
Yes, absolutely.
John and I are incredibly honored to be here. So thank you for opening up your hearts and opening up your day to us, because I would just want to spend time with them if I were you, and with each other. So I feel like we're kind of sneaking in on a family gathering. So thank you so much.
Yesterday was awesome. John and Lisa Bevere ministering, Pastor Matt, Pastor Sarah, just such a great time, just in the presence of the Lord. And last night, John Bevere ministered a word from his new book, The Awe of God, just about the fear of the Lord, and it was wow! Like that message was so powerful. The end, we could have probably just lingered there for hours, just absorbing the word, but then responding to it at the same time. It's just so good, so good. So
you take a few pictures, like let's just give an example of this week. You were excited to be at the Relational Network, and you're like, oh, but I don't want to get on there on the feed, show every, you know, because you have to post, and so.
Hey everybody, it's our last day here in Fort Myers, and we're closing it off with a little spring training baseball. Hanging out with some of our network family, part of a little baseball game. We'll catch about half of it before we have to head to the airport. It's been a good time.
It's been great.
Fun.
Yeah.
Our league couples gathering was awesome. Yesterday was amazing. Pastor Matt and Sarah Keller, just awesome people. So yeah, looking forward to getting some hot dogs. About ballpark hot dogs. Come on, a little spring training ballpark hot dog.
Out to the ground. I need some peanuts and crackers. Sweet Caroline. Oh, oh, oh. The times never seem so good. So good, so good, so good. I'd be inclined. Oh, oh, oh. To believe there never was.
Well, as you can see, we are obviously tan. We are not tan. We didn't spend much time outside, although it was beautiful.
It was, it was lovely.
It was warm, and let me tell you, it might have been the end of February, beginning of March, but by about noon, when that Florida sun hit your skin, you loved it.
Oh, it was. Those are my people.
I melted.
It was
Just
glorious.
immediately.
It was glorious.
So what we want to just spend a couple minutes just talking about this feeling of home, because for us, we film in our home. Like home is this house, this place, but it's home not just because we live here, but because it's that place of safety and love and warmth and all those things that make a place home. And what we've experienced at Next Level Church down in Fort Myers, Florida, is that sense. It's like a second home. Not in the way of like we want to move there or something, but that feeling of like you just said, like these are my people. And I remember so distinctly, it was February of 2019. I was there without you, and it was I've only had the sensation a couple of times maybe in my life, and it might be that first time, I don't know, where I walked into a place immediately. I knew like 5 people there that I had met online on like Zoom chats and stuff. But walking into it immediately, my heart was like, like this is home. Like it was the weirdest thing, to have that sense of feeling, like a wanderer who's found home. And that was just really cool. And so we were excited to share a little bit of those clips with you. And so thinking about that sense of home, like I think that's an important thing, because our hearts can be restless. And we find our home in God, of course, but we can also find home in different places. So for you, what does that look like? Like when we say home, what comes to
I mean, it's gonna sound super cliche, but I think it's a place where I can be myself, where I don't have to like go into full explanation on everything about my life experiences, and it's like you're kind of together with people who understand, on some level. And for me, and probably for both of us, our spirituality has to be the basis of that. And so where I usually feel alien or foreign to a place, it's because I'm not on the same page with someone, in that sense. Because everything in my life, including our marriage and our kids, everything just, circles around, our faith in God and our relationship with God. So that to me, that makes me feel at home when I don't have to go into full explanation about all of that. And I can just say things from my heart and they already kind of know where I'm coming from, in that way. And so,
Yeah. And there's not like like you can say things from your heart and there's not a fear.
right. Yeah.
Like just think about like how many places, dear
Yeah.
Lord, do we live and walk and occupy that are characterized by cultures of fear or cultures of like performance.
Well, and that fear of being misunderstood,
Yeah.
I would say that's like a core fear of mine, but it probably is for every person because it's just that, no, that's not what I meant, and you're not understanding me, and I can't really authentically express, what I feel right now because you're getting offended or, all of that. And so to be in a place where people know your heart and you don't have to qualify everything you say and do.
Yeah, and even like it's that kind of place, and it's also where I have shared some struggle.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we have it's not necessarily we have shared pain or shared struggle, but like some of my struggle, and I know some like there's a connection that happens with people when we share our pain with them, but not in the sense of like woe is me, kind of wallowing around in my pain, but like people coming and just being an encouragement, either being an encouragement and saying, hey, you've got this, you can do this, God is with you, or even sometimes like challenging, like, hey, you need to rise up above this, and like speaking. So home isn't just a place of like, ooh, it's all like, we're all
They
good.
love
There's
everything I do in my life.
Right, there's no conflict. No. Sometimes home is a place where you get a challenging, kind of word or challenging like direction, but where it comes from. It comes from a place of love. And so really home, like I just like this is all new, not new information, but it's like coming to me right now. Home really is a place where we're known.
Yeah.
Like we are known and we know others.
Yeah.
We are loved.
Yeah.
Like we feel loved, but we also love others. It's a culture of love. But then it really is also a place, a culture where we can be challenged, and the Lord can use us to challenge somebody else. And so I think that's interesting using those words to really kind of give a shape to what it looks like to feel home.
Yeah.
So.
So we recommend a home for everyone. And what does that look like? Well, I don't think it, we know it doesn't have to mean biological family all the time. Although you might feel at home with your family, and that's wonderful. It isn't, just a group of people getting together, but, for us and what we believe is that church, can be that. It needs to be that place. And that is that community aspect in your life. And it really, like, I hate to go down this rabbit trail, but it really needs to be a spiritual community.
Well, we are spiritual beings.
Right, because it really can't be. I mean, I guess baseball could be spiritual, right? Or a team kind of thing, or a work team you could get into spiritual conversation and appreciating. But it's because we're such spiritual beings, it's when we're in that family, that community of people that, like you said, we're sharing, this is what my soul feels like right now. This is what this is my soul I'm bearing to you. And there's just not other places in our life where we're going to find that kind of connection. And if we don't find that kind of connection as human beings, I think we feel like starved and famished for it and dry and like, I think we really struggle. And so plug for church, you know, because it's like that's where you should be finding that for sure. That being known and loved and challenged.
Yeah, absolutely. So just a little bit of our experience that we wanted to share and really leave you with that thought of like, if you don't have a home,
Yeah.
you need to find a home.
Yeah.
Like church, yes. And kind of just say, like, if you're a pastor, this isn't like a plug for the Relational Network, but if you're a pastor and you don't have a place like that, a place where you feel at home and at peace, check it out, like nextlevelrelationalnetwork.com, I think is what the website is. Check that out. We would love to share a little bit more what that looks like. So thank you so much for watching today and just joining us on our trip and experiencing a little bit of that with us. Don't forget, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and it would be awesome if you could share a little bit of our content with somebody that you think could benefit from it. So other than that, we hope you have a great day, everybody.